can kind of bring forward in your awareness the fact that while we're here, we're very attuned to each other as human beings, right? We move in the human realm, and so we're sort of living within human culture, and when we arrive in a group like this, we see like, oh, okay, so there's about 20 other people here. But of course, also here are all of these other beings, right? I'm looking at this beautiful mountain being that's behind all of you. You're looking also at mountain beings, the river being, tree beings, rock beings. So we're really surrounded. And then also an invitation to just consider, what are the beings who are here with us that we can't see? I don't know. I don't know. Certainly we know scientifically of many beings that are here that we don't see right now, right? All of the really small insects that are crawling through the grass or hanging out on the leaves of the trees, the different kinds of beings and bacteria that are thriving in the soil beneath our feet. And so already knowing that there are beings present here that we can't see, we can even expand our awareness to imagine, okay, could there be other beings here with us that we can't see? Sometimes when we've lost someone close to us, we can feel their presence, even when they're not physically present. And whether we think of that as a presence that's actually like a spirit, or whether we acknowledge like our mind and our awareness is so permeable, so vast, so much more subtle than our ordinary sort of information-obsessed culture allows us to acknowledge, that whether to say someone or something exists inside or outside, that very divide, when we really look, becomes less and less meaningful. There is presence, and it takes so many different shapes and forms. And mostly to be a student of mystery and allow for possibility, to allow ourselves to drop more and more into our subtle awareness, to allow ourselves to not know, to trust that we're clearly in the midst of something that is much bigger and more mysterious than our intellect can really fathom. So with that in mind, I'm just going to make an incense offering. I think this is providing a very nice natural altar, so I'll use this. Okay, welcome. Good morning. All right, so I'd like to begin just with a poem from Mary Oliver. It's a poem that you may know if you know her work. It's rather well known. And I think she gives voice to that energy of wonder and the deeper questions, and also kind of the heart of Zen practice. So I'll speak to that a little bit after the poem, okay? So this is called The Summer Day. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean. The one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous, complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? So this couplet in the poem, I don't know exactly what a prayer is, but I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass. This is kind of the heart of Zen practice. It's using this incredible capacity that we each have, which is our awareness, our attention, our ability to be with our experience. And so often we move into the thinking mind that interprets and analyzes and judges, that critiques, that knows, that manages and controls, and these are sublime gifts of human consciousness and not to be taken lightly. And sometimes when we dive headlong into that intellectual activity, we lose contact. We lose contact with just the plain, simple awareness. And there's a way that our awareness can hold the whole of our experience. So when it's good and when it's difficult, we can be aware, we can be awake. When we come out into what we call the world, and are in the midst and in the presence of all of these beings and energies and our own being and energy, then awareness can become this sacred gate through which to enter and really make contact. So the Buddhist teaching is that it's your body. The earth is your body. It's your mind. And that connection is complete. You don't have to fabricate it. You don't have to make it. It's already completely present. We've just lost touch with it. And that in returning just to our direct experience of what is in the moment, we begin to dissolve the different obscurations that make us feel so separate and sometimes isolated, and can come back into contact with that, our true body, okay? So with that in mind, I'd like to offer a little bit of meditation practice, and some of you have probably done some form of meditation before. You want to just raise your hand if you've done some form of meditation before? Okay, great. And some of you are doing this for the first time, which is wonderful. So we're going to begin in just a comfortable seated posture using the chair, okay? So feet side by side, grounded, and you want your spine nice and tall and upright, okay, as much as possible. So if you're able to comfortably sit so that you're not using the back of the chair, this will help you be more upright. Hands can just be flat on the thigh for this. And I'm going to invite you to begin just by closing your eyes. So we'll open our eyes as we go, but we're going to start with our eyes closed because sometimes eliminating the visual field helps us actually connect with our felt sense, which is really where I'd like you to direct your awareness for right now. So going into your body and the sensations of your body, please begin just with feeling the feeling of your feet on the earth. So bringing your awareness to the bottoms of the feet, feeling that grounded energy. Feeling the feeling of your rear in the seat and the quality of that grounded energy. And then moving to the top of your head and feeling that upright quality of your human form. Now noticing any tension or place of constriction in the body. And as you notice it, just allowing yourself to become aware without any pressure to fix or change that sensation. You're just allowing it into the open field of your awareness. Letting yourself become aware of sound and resting your awareness with the experience of hearing. If thoughts, stories, narratives, judgments, opinions emerge, to just become aware of them, and that very awareness begins to dissolve them, so you can just return to just hearing, just sound. Shifting back to the sensations in the body, noticing the breath. The actual feeling of your inhalation and exhalation. As the mind moves away and gets caught in thought or story, just noticing that and coming back to the breath. Becoming aware of the feeling sense, perhaps feeling the air on your skin, the feeling of your hands on your thighs. And just as before, when the mind gets pulled by thought, noticing that and then letting it go, returning just to sensation. So gently opening the eyes, letting in form and color, light, into that open field of awareness. So with our senses wide open, maintaining the posture, your eyes can be lowered if you like, if you prefer to look out. That's also another way to adjust the gaze. But you're not looking around, right? You're letting the eyes rest. Typically in Zen, we have the eyes lowered down. And then in this open awareness, to just allow all the senses to be like open doors, letting sensation and experience come in and pass through. So all of our sense gates, feeling, hearing, vision. If there are smells that you're experiencing or tastes, also these are all held by our awareness. And here the practice is when we see ourselves shifting into thinking mind, we just notice that and gently let that go. Let go of that impulse. It's so seductive. We're so enchanted with our thought. But for the period of meditation, we're just simply practicing awareness. So returning again and again, just to the present, here together by this river, listening and feeling. And we'll sit like this for several minutes, okay? I will ring a bell to signal the end. So you have time to settle in and receive this practice. Everything is allowed. There's no need to manage or control our experience. We're just becoming aware. Letting experience unfold within the open space of our awareness. As the mind gets caught in thought, to just notice that. No need to pursue those thoughts now. This is our meditation time. And returning to the breath, to the sound of the river, the sensation of the breeze, to the present. And we can let all of these other beings who are meditating with us remind us to return to the present. When the breeze comes through, let it teach you what is the present. Any feelings or emotions that are present for us are also allowed. Just coming into contact with them, letting our awareness touch them. Returning to listening and paying attention particularly to sounds that are subtle, that are distant, that are difficult to hear. And then just noticing how listening, hearing sound is connecting you to the earth beings, their song. Noticing sensation and paying special attention to sensation that's subtle, that you might not notice at first, the subtleties of sensation in the body, on the skin. Noticing how that feeling sense brings us into contact with the earth beings and their dance. The subtle play of energy in the body, outside of the body, deeply related. And shifting awareness to the sensation of the field of vision. Letting your gaze just fall on something in easy view. And now really looking, can you look with fresh eyes? Whatever it is, a blade of grass, a patch of growing thing. When you step away from the labels of knowing what it is and just take it in fresh, how is that? What do you notice? And then shifting your awareness to the sensation of your own breath. The sensation of the inhale and the exhale. Returning to the feeling of your body on the earth, feet on the ground, chair supporting you. If your gaze has been lowered, please go ahead and raise it so you can see the incredible forms all around us. Maybe just noticing the way the leaves move with the wind. Noticing how you feel. maybe a little bit more open, maybe a little bit more connected. That's my hope. So this non-judgmental awareness, you can always rest in it. No matter what the state is that you're in, your feeling state, the circumstances, we get caught in the surface of things, right? Where all the waves are. What we like, what we don't like, it's going our way, it's not going our way. How do we fix it? What do we do? How do we manage? It's all dun, dun, dun. But under that, not very far under, there's this presence that's holding that experience. It's your mind. In the Zen tradition we say Buddha mind. It's clear, it's bright, radiant, complete, doesn't need fixing, perfect. It's always there. And it's just a practice of learning how to attune. And that shift from the discursive sort of wheels that are turning to just being. And as you develop a practice of just being present, it's transformative. Yeah. And we can start to really see more deeply into just how vast our connection with each other and all beings is. And hopefully, as we see into that, we can relate from a place of love.